Hope Channel, changing lives.
Hi, once again, good evening and welcome to the program Wounds of the Heart, where we are here to heal every form of wound that has been caused by psychological issue, emotional trauma, whatever you have. And today I'm blessed to have someone special with me on studio, and I think when the time comes, you're going to see her as she's going to share an experience that may change your perception towards cancer. You know, October month is a month of cancer, trying to do a lot of advocates against cancer and stuff like that. So today, as I said, today being the first Wednesday of the month, I'm glad to have her here. And when the time is due, you're going to see her. Let me use this opportunity to acknowledge Slick Afrik all the time, giving the fabric for me to sew, and a guy who put this piece together. Alsa Clothing. Alsa Clothing is 0246 900 994. Alsa Clothing 0246 900 994. Yeah, he's into kaftan, office wear, male and female. He also do casual dress and stuff like that. He's a good thing. He's on Instagram, Alsa Clothing, and the one who always put me on a flyer is my guy. I love him so much. He's so good. Alpha Art, Instagram, Facebook, Alpha Art. If you want any graphic design whatsoever, you can communicate Alpha Art. And Alpha Art is 0551 404 387. 0551 404 387. And Alpha will just give you a good work. If you want to sponsor this program, want to let Wounds of the Heart go far, go to places, bring more interview to your airwaves, you can call 0559 535554, 0559 535554, and we will respond to your call. Any form of sponsorship would be okay. And also you want to promote your product, you can also call same number and you'll have time to talk about it. Yes, we are live on Hope TV, Facebook, Hope TV GH, and YouTube, Hope TV GH. Just share, like our page and share. Subscribe to our Hope YouTube channel so that at least someone somewhere can also hear the good news that Hope TV is also doing, especially when it comes to Wounds of the Heart, as we are bringing you healing to the wound that has caused your heart. Today, as I said, is October, and you know it's a pink month that, although I'm not in pink though, but it's a pink month that everyone, when it happens like that, we know what we are talking about. Today, let me allow her to introduce herself. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening.
So my viewers want to know who you are. So feel free and tell us who is sitting right here on my TV. Exactly.
My name is Yvonne Dunkley, and I am a breast cancer survivor. I was born on the beautiful island of Jamaica, migrated in 1986 to the United States. I now have 4 wonderful girls, young ladies, and who am I? I am not a victim of cancer, I'm a victor, because through breast cancer, I was able to find my true purpose in life. My true purpose is to change lives, to let people know that God still cares for us. It doesn't matter what situation we find ourselves in. He said he will hold us up with the right hand of his righteousness. And to let my brothers and my sister know that they need to be proactive with their health, because your health is your wealth.
All right, so you heard that little introduction from our sister. So you said you are a victor, not a victim.
Yes, I am.
Of breast cancer. That's a beautiful. How did it happen?
2010, I let me go back. But from the age of 35, I was told that I have I am not a medical person, so I will talk on the layman term.
Exactly.
Right. So I went to the doctor. They just test my breast, and they told me that my breasts, I have the lumps, the lumpy breasts. So whenever you feel it, you're going to feel lumps, but they do not know if it is cancerous. So I should do my mammogram at age 35.
Okay.
Now, the norm is every woman should do a mammogram at age 40 and over. So I had to start from 35. And at age 45, I was told that I had breast cancer. My armpit was hurting. And so I called my sister-in-law and I told her that I was on a tremendous stress at that time in my life. The economy had gone down. I had, well, now I know, I thought I had it all. I had the homes, 6 homes. I had cars. I sent in my children to Adventist College. When I go there, I just write a check for the total amount. I thought I made it. But when cancer came, the economy went down, I lost everything. I lost everything. Even the home that I was living in was on the courthouse step to be auctioned. And that stress, I am a true Jamaican. One of the things that I learned from my mother is that when things comes your way that the adversary put on you, there is a God and he will help you. And so I told myself I am not going down with everything. There were people jumping off bridge, killing themselves because of the economy. They were losing everything. I knew that all that was stuff, just material stuff. And I knew that there was there was something that it was bigger than all that I was losing. And so I told myself that I'm going to go back to school. I did business.
Okay. And
so I went back because at that time, the economy, if you're in the medical field, you could get a job. So I told myself, I'm going to reinvent myself. Do not like blood. Do not like anything in that is medical, going in the hospital. Something, my whole body just trembled. And I don't like to see sick people. And so, at this point in my life, I have no choice. I am going to go nursing because that's where the money is. So I went back to school, and they told me that I had to, because I had a degree before, I didn't have to start from beginning. So but it was intense. And so my armpit started to hurt me. So I called my sister-in-law, who is a nurse, and I said, Angie, my armpit is hurting me. She said to me, do not stop using the deodorant that you're using. The deodorant, when we are buying deodorant, we need to look at the ingredients. And if it has the aluminum in it, do not buy it. It's not good for you. And so I stopped using the deodorant, and the following week, it was just still hurting. So she said, have you done your mammogram? And that was when it clicked. I did it 12 months before, so we need to do it every year. I called up the office, they gave me an appointment, and when I went for the appointment and the technician placed my breast on the plate of the mammogram machine, her facial expression changed.
Hair.
So I said to her, is something wrong? And I said it 3 times, but you know, they can't really answer that question. It has to be the radiologist. So she said, kindly put your clothes on and sit outside. My whole body is as if my body just crippled. I couldn't move my feet. She said to step down my feet, like all the strength in my whole body left me. And all I could think of, she found cancer. So I went, I sat, the doctor came, and they told me that they found calcification in my breast. Didn't know what that meant, so I asked her, what does that mean? She said they'll have to do a biopsy to check it to see if it is cancerous. And that was a Friday about 2 p.m. So I asked her if we could do the biopsy now. She said no, because they didn't have any appointment, so I have to come back the Monday. I told her, I'm not going to survive this. Cancer would not kill me. It's the stress that is going to kill me. And so she said, there is no appointment, so we have to do it. I put my clothes on, and I went downstairs in the car, and tears was just flowing. I don't think I personally was crying, but there's something else inside. It was just flowing. I couldn't stop it. And I lift up my hand and I said, Father Jesus, if I ever needed you before, I need you now. I do not need you yesterday. I don't need you tomorrow. I need you now. And I kept saying it, saying it. I started to drive. I don't know if I went to the yellow light or the green light or the red light. I just kept driving. But on my way, all that was in my head, I believe that whatever situation we go through, the mental part of it affects us even more than the physical. And so I was driving and all I could hear in my head, you're gonna die, you have breast cancer. And I remember halfway going home, I screamed out and I said, Father, where are you, where are you? And I said it 3 times. I said, where are you? I need you, I need you. And I heard that still voice, Isaiah 41:10, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, because I am your God. I will lift you up with the right hand of my righteousness. And when it came to me, I just kept saying it until I reached home. And I felt lighter. I felt like whatever was in front of me, I could overcome it. The kids came home and I told them and they were crying. I said, don't cry. I grew up as a Seventh-day Adventist. I went to the high school and I went to the college, and at that time, I didn't like going to Seventh-day Adventist church because every day it was just Bible, and the other school, they would be doing other stuff that we were interested in and we couldn't do it. So, but one thing I will tell you, God does not make mistake. What that was teaching me then, I could not see it because I was young. But I remembered when I went back, I go back to the children. So I told the children that God is going to carry us through. I went upstairs and I started to pray again. I said, Father Jesus, is there any way you could just let Saturday and Sunday disappear so that Monday could come? And he said, no, you got to write it out. And I write it out. But all I could think of was death, because I associated cancer with death. And so even though I was writing it out, I write it out with fear, with tremble, I felt crippled. I felt like I wasn't gonna make it. But that Monday morning I got up and I got dressed. I went back to the hospital.
Before Monday morning that year, now you're gonna go back to the hospital to do what they asked you to do. Before you went to the mammogram to check the breast then, what did you know about breast cancer? Yes, what was the myth? What do you know about it? Because from then, that put you through that emotional torture where you're riding home and the thought is that before then, how did you
see cancer?
Cancer, exactly.
As I said, I'm not a medical person, and most person that I know, they always die. So cancer was not really a topic that I would, if the television is on, I would probably shift, because I see just hearing the word cancer is just death. That's all I see, and I don't want to cloud my mind with death. So I really didn't know nothing about cancer than that if you have cancer, you're going to die.
So that is the reason why when the nurse face changed and you realize that there's something happening.
There's something happening. Yes.
Now Monday morning is up.
I went back to the doctor and she told me I had breast cancer. I started to look around as if is there someone else in the room? Because it couldn't be me. It couldn't be you. I can't have cancer. It's those people out there have cancer. So I said to her, what next? What next, doctor? And she said that I have to do a mastectomy. Remember, I'm not a medical person. So I asked her, what is a mastectomy? She said she'll have to basically cut my breast off. I said, cut my breast off? Do you know how long I waited to be busted? I mean, everybody in my classroom were busted, becoming a woman, and I had to wait. And you're going to cut it off? She said, yes. So I said, I don't know anything about that, my breast cutting off. So she said, well, you can keep it, but it will kill you. Right there and then, it's, please cut it off for me.
Whoa.
So I went home and I told my children, and one of the things I did in my mind was that what I focused on was God. It was one time in my life, I knew throughout my life, I knew God, and He had carried me. But for this one, because I'm looking at death, God, if you are real, I will know, because this situation is going to prove you. You said, prove me? This is the one that I'm going to use to prove you. So I told my children, we went, cut my breast off, I went home, I healed. My treatment was 6 rounds of chemo with 3 different drugs and 35 sessions of radiation.
Even wait. In the normal, how many chemos should someone who is victim to cancer, how many chemos would that person go?
I'm not sure how many chemo persons go, but what I do know is that if cancer is caught at an early stage, I had stage 3 cancer that was in my lymph nodes. When after the surgery, they removed 19 lymph nodes from my armpit, and this is why I have lymphedema. The blood flow, it flows towards my hand instead of towards my heart. So I should be wearing a sleeve, a lymphedema sleeve, but I always like to look pretty. So I wear it home.
But nobody would know if you don't tell us that.
Nobody would, right. But so the chemo, after doing 6 rounds of chemo, my head was bald, my nails were black, all my nails.
So the pictures, you will see the pictures beneath, what else you will see, that's her, whatever she went through.
The after effect of chemo. So my nails were black. My entire right side, I didn't know what it was, but it was always cramped. I put my foot down, I wouldn't feel anything. So when I went back, they told me I have neuropathy, and it is caused through the chemo. The chemo is a liquid. I'm talking on the layman term. The chemo is a liquid. So when they inject it in you, they usually put a port here, so they have access to inject the medicine. And so it should go around your entire body. But what it's looking for is the bad cells. But because it is not, because it is a liquid, anything in its path, it takes it. And so my nerves cells, the way they describe it is like building a house, and the electrical part of it just chopped randomly. So that's what happening to me. So on my right side was where it affected more, and so I had to use a cane to walk. But most of all, my memory. I could not read. I couldn't spell my name. Anything and everything, I had to start as if I was in kindergarten school. When I realized what was happening to me, I was more determined that I was not gonna allow Satan to keep me where he had me. And another thing that I realized, that each day that I got up, it's as if when the pain comes, that inner pain of processing what is happening to you, you can see Satan standing there. But I was determined, and this is why I talk all the time about going to a Christian school. Because what was planted in me then was now germinated. I was determined that I knew that when Joshua was supposed to lead the children, he was terrified. He was crippled. But the Lord said to him, be courageous. And I knew that right there and then. That was the Lord was telling me. Be courageous. I'm with you. I will carry you. And even though I knew it does not stop you from feeling weak, but you have to always say it in your mind. I mean, talk it out. If you don't just have it in your head. Talk it. Because when you talk it, you empower yourself. You can able to move that foot in front of you, even though you can't see it. And I struggled within that time, but I knew that I was not gonna come out of it not knowing how to spell my name. And so every morning I get my paper and my paper and my pencil. I use pencil. I didn't even use pen. I use pencil so that the memory, if I write the word wrong, if my memory comes back, I could erase it and write the right word. And so every morning I would get up, but there were some, I also did another thing was a YouTube. I went on and I put on songs that will help me, will lift me up. They will play one of the songs. It is I Am Not Alone by Natalie Grant. It says, wherever you go, I will go with you as long as you are with me. And I was able through every morning, every night, I just keep writing. And my brain is like pulling my brain. It's like my brain is telling my finger what to write. And I struggled there. And even though I could not walk and the pain with my feet, I concentrated on my memory, because that's, if I could always use a stick to walk, but if I don't have my memory, I can't, when you ask me, what's your name? I can't tell you what's my name. So I just focus on it. I zoom in on it, and I said, I'm not going to be where Satan wants to have me. And so one day, my friend came to look for me. She's a doctor, and she saw all these papers around me. And she said to me, what are you doing with all these papers around you, as if you're in kindergarten? So I told her, yes, I'm in kindergarten. So I told her, why? What's happened? And she said that, oh, that's what they taught us in school, that chemo will affect some people, but it's a low percentage, and they will have chemo brain. I said, what kind of brain? I said, chemo brain. So I have chemo brain. I struggled with it, but I'm working with it. I am not sitting home and tell myself I have chemo brain. I am coming out, and I'm going to empower women to be active, to be strong, and to make it. You can make it, because there's a God that will carry you through.
All right, so chemo brain, I don't know, so we say we don't have chemo brain, so we don't have chemo. We have normal brain that God gave us. Aside the pain that you started feeling in your armpit, what other signs that you started feeling that after it you realized that these signs were cancer signs or something like that? So
there are certain symptoms and signs that you can do and see. So the first one is self-examination. So women, at least once a month, you hold your hand up. Right, I'm right hand. So you hold your hand up, and you use your fingers, your 3 fingers, and you go from here on the armpit, because it affects the lymph nodes. So you move from the armpit, and you go around the surface. And then when you reach the top of the middle of you go inward, and you check it again. And then when you reach back here, you go outward again towards the nipple, and you check your breast. You see, one of the things is, even if you go to the doctor, he cannot know. Because if you check it today and it was fine, you didn't feel anything at all, and tomorrow you go and check and you feel something, don't keep it. Go to the doctor. Whatever you need to do, go to the doctor. If you should get up and see your breast like an orange, it has all those holes, you know, orange have the holes exactly. You know, definitely you need to go and see the doctor. If you're squeezing your breast and you see any form of pus, any form of discharge coming out, do not go and get bush and put on it. Go to the doctor, because there are signs and symptoms of breast cancer, and you do not want to have breast cancer. If you do have it, and it's caught early, that is the reason why you need to go to the doctor. If it is caught early, you can live 100% of your lifespan. And if it is caught at stage 2, which is 3 centimeter, you can live up to 80% of your lifespan. If it is caught at 3, where they caught me, when they caught me, they told me that my lifespan was 5 years. 13 years. So if it is stage 4, your lifespan is less than the 50%. The chances is just so low. So ladies, check your breasts. Go do a mammogram or ultrasound. It is very important. It is called life and death. And one of the things I want to tell ladies, I want to stress on the women, is that especially in the third world countries, we tend to look about our children because we were taught that you take care of your children, you take care of your husband, you take care of your man, you take care of everybody else. But after you take care of them, nothing is left for you. You are drained, you are weak, and you're stressed. I'm telling you, when you go on an airplane, and the first thing that they would say to you, if there is anything gonna happen to the plane, there's a string that drops right in front of you. Put the oxygen on yourself first before you think about the children or your husband. Because if you are dead, you can't look after them, and he's gonna go get another woman.
All right, viewers, in case you just joined us, Yvonne is telling us about her lifestyle as to when she was diagnosed with breast cancer and how things are becoming. So we are still live on Facebook, Hope TV GH, and our YouTube page, Hope TV GH. Please, you can subscribe and also share for someone also to watch this beautiful piece, so that at least we'll be able to encourage ourselves and know that there's always life after. There's always life after whatever we call that can. Because she's a survivor and she's a victim, but not a victim. I'm going for this break. When I return, there are more that she will tell us. Stay tuned. Please don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Angel of Hope.
I'm an angel of hope.
Ubrenio, so do Sika a Baba Boho channel. No one so yasne, yet me the measam a cock man she saw in Chorum Yana, Wadaroma, Farmain, Nafa Sika Fasubi, na also Fabra, Yanko Kanyamsem, and ya cra a wumpa. Star 928 star 34 star 104 hash. And I say 0249 193083. Hope channel, yes, it's Sadabo. Hope channel, yeah, Gia Cranom.
Every individual has a story. Stories of social issues such as infertility.
You did not marry your wife only because she's going to give you a child. You married because you loved her. Whatever comes on your plate, you're ready to accept that.
Abuse, obesity, life struggles, and others can be very frustrating. That is why Real Talk is back again with another exciting season where individuals like you can come into our studio or join us virtually to share your story and experience. To share your story, you can reach us through our WhatsApp number at 0559 680 066, or you can email us at hoptvghana@gmail.com. We say don't lock them away. If you ignore them, they can just get angrier and louder.
All right, welcome back from the break. In case you just missed it, we are still discussing how Yvonne was able to put through with her cancer journey. And it is beautiful. If you missed the first bit, please, you can go back and watch us on Facebook and YouTube on Hope TV GH. We are there. You can just watch us there also. And please kindly share, and so that our friends from far and near would also have the glimpse of what we are discussing here this evening. All right, so Yvonne, now we know that you have gone through the stages. You have accepted the fact that you have breast cancer. In cutting one of your breasts, how did your mind and yourself cope with it?
I had to do 35 sessions of radiation.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went, what the radiation, why do they give radiation? Because the chemo is a liquid, they are not sure if it killed all the cells, the bad cells. And so the area that they found the cancer, they need to burn it out.
Mm. And how many sessions did you go?
35 sessions.
35 sessions.
And at the end of the 35, the first layer of my breast was gone. It was shriveled.
Mm.
You could smell the raw flesh.
Mm.
And I remember when I was finished, it was my birthday, October 31st.
Mm.
And I came home after finishing the chemo and radiation, and I went upstairs and I wanted to go to the bathroom and I couldn't get up.
Mm.
It was as if my whole body was just dead.
Mm.
And I'm telling myself, I am getting up because I need to go to the bathroom.
Mm.
And it's like I could just, my body wouldn't move.
Mm.
I couldn't go. And as I was laying there, it was as if the room was spinning.
Mm.
It was like I was out of my body. And I started to say, God, where you are? Why am I going through all this? I don't know where you are, but I need you. And I started to talk to him. It was a time that I know that people said there's no God.
Mm-hmm.
It gotta be somebody out there. And wherever you are, you're the person I need right now. And so I was able to pull myself off the bed. I hold on to the furnitures, and I went in the bathroom and I got up and I stood in front of the mirror. And when I stood in front of the mirror, it was not me. It was not Yvonne. My head was bald. My breast was gone by now. Not just gone, was burnt off. I couldn't walk. And so I told myself that today, whatever I'm going through, I'm getting out of it mentally. And so I went inside my closet. My closet is near the sink. And there was an outfit in there that I bought that couldn't fit me because by now I changed my diet, I changed everything, and so I was getting slim. And so I went in the closet and I saw this beautiful outfit and I put the outfit on. As a matter of fact, I couldn't even pull the zip up because I was that weak and I was shaking. So I called my daughter downstairs to help me, and I got dressed and I put it on. Let me tell you something, I was so weak. I couldn't move, but I was so determined that cancer was not going to keep me where he wants to keep me. And after I put the dress on, and that's the pictures you're going to show, I told myself, go get the camera. It's my birthday. Today is my birthday. And she got the camera and we took pictures, and I went downstairs. I hold on because I didn't want to fall. And we got on there, we took pictures. And after I took those pictures and I look at them, my spirit changed. I was just looking at the pictures, even though I was bald, it was like, I'm still pretty. You have to tell yourself. Right. Don't wait for somebody to tell you. And even in your darkness, when you can't see anything, you're still you. And you have strength because God said he gives you the spirit of power, not of fear. Yeah. And I went around the table, the kids cooked for me, and I had a great time. They went and got a cake because it was my birthday, and I was good. But afterward, when I spoke with the doctor, I wanted to know what happened to me when I was spinning, and he said I had vertigo.
What is that too?
I guess you'd have to look it up. Google it and then look it. But it's something that just make your head spin. And they said it's an effect that it always come on to people when they're stressed.
Okay.
So you see, stress kill. Stress will do all manner of evil in your body. I think society, as human beings, we do not want to go see a psychiatrist when we are in issues, problem, or something arise, and you need, say you have a husband, and so you having conflict, and you can't deal with it. Do not internalize it. Seek help. Not telling just your friends, but seek professional help if you can to deal with your situation. Because if you keep it inside and try to process it, Satan is right there to help you process it. And he's not going to let you come out of that darkness, the other side, well. So what you need to do is to pray. Go on your knees and you talk to God. And you know what I love about God is that you don't have to dial him. So first time we usually have to put money in the machine before it would, but this one, he won't hang up on you when you call him. And he may be even looking about your friends, but the God we serve, he can see all of us issue at the same time and able to deal with each one same time. And that's what I love about him, that when you call upon him, just call him. You don't have to kneel down. A lot of people like the formality.
Knees, yeah.
No. You don't have to do that. Right where you are, call him, and he will. He said, you call upon me, I will be there. And he's a true God. He doesn't tell lies. Whatever he says, he always stand by it. And that was one of the things that I kept telling myself. I struggled, and I mentally struggled, I physically struggled. And I went back to the doctor and I told the doctor all my signs and symptoms, what was happening to me. And I went and hoping that I would get a good news. And when I went, he told me that was when he told me that the cancer that I have, I will live up to 5 years, and this will be my situation, and I must get used to it. I got up and I went back in my truck, and it was just flowing. And I was just driving, and I reached home. I understand why people do get into a lot of accidents.
Exactly.
Because mentally, I don't know how I reached home.
Oh.
But I reached home. It was the Holy Spirit that brought me home. And so I told myself that I cannot be in this situation mentally, because it's not going to cancer going to kill me anymore. It's going to be the stress, the effect of all that I just went through, and now I have to deal with it in my present, and future. So I reached home, and a young lady, I have 4 girls that went to the Adventist college and so forth. So you usually bring children home. And so there was a young lady who now was at Andrews University, and she called me. And when she dialed, she said, "Auntie, I want to come and spend the holiday with you." And I said to her, "Where are you from?" She said she's from Antigua. I said to her, "I want to go to Antigua." In my situation, my present mental situation, I said, "I want to go to Antigua." She said, "Why do you want to go to Antigua?" I said, "God left me. I can't find him." I said, whatever or wherever he is not with me. And I know that I need to find him. And if I go to Jamaica, my friends and everybody, I can't focus on him. So I need to go somewhere where nobody knows me. And she called her mom, long story short, when she picked me up at the airport and we went home. I know that this was the Holy Spirit. I went home with her, and she closed the door. When she closed the door, someone knocked, and the person came in, and she introduced me to the person and said, "This is my daughter's aunt in America, and she has cancer." When she said that, the gentleman's eye lit up, and I'm standing there in pain. And why is his eyes lit up? Are you talking about cancer? And he went in his pocket and he pulled something out, and he said to me, "Miss, I would like it to be on Good Morning Antigua. So I said, what is that? He said, oh, it's a show. You could tell your story. I said, story? I don't have a story. What I have is pain.
It's pain.
Pain. Do you know what pain is? He said to me, with all that pain you're going through, you do have a story. So at 8:45, he went in, because apparently he's from the TV, the TV station. And he made the appointment and said, Monday morning, now I went in on the weekend. He said, Monday morning, you will be on Good Morning Antigua. So I said, no, thank you. And the lady and him spoke, and Sunday, the lady said, I think you should go. I said, what am I going to say to her? I don't even have any brain. What am I going to tell them? They said, whatever you have, use it.
Whatever you have, use it.
Whatever you have, use it. And I'm telling everyone out there, it doesn't matter if it's 1%, use it.
Yeah.
And so I went to bed, and she came, she knocked the door, and I got dressed, and I went to the studio. And to me, I was blank. So it got to be the Holy Spirit talking. If they ask me what was cancer, I don't know what cancer is, but I know the effect of cancer. I can tell you about that, right?
Exactly.
And so when the lady came, the host, I told her, let me speak. Don't ask me the question, because he asked me, I probably can't answer it. So I started to tell the story, and let me tell you, the switchboard of that station was just ringing. Everybody wanted me to come to their church, the radio station, everywhere. Me, who think I had nothing left. And I spent 21 days in Antigua, and I was going through radio station, the TV, the churches, the newspaper, the radio. I was just talking. And what I was talking was the pain that I'm going through because of cancer, and letting them know that through your darkness, you have a choice.
Yeah.
You either can stay in it, or you can try to get out. And one thing I can tell you, when you try to get out, there is a God who is waiting for you.
There's a God who is waiting for you. So what has come out from the cancer since you? What now? What is God blessing you with after you being a victor, not a victim?
I went into, well, I remember one of the things I'll take away from, two things I'll take away from Antigua with my strength was, I remember I was on the radio station, and I put it on Facebook that I'm on the radio station, and they opened the line for question and answer, and the first person that was on that line was my oldest daughter. And Tanya said, Mommy, I just started to cry because they all saw what I was going through. And she said, Mommy, I am so proud of you. And when she said that, I knew that I could get out of it. Right. Someone else was going to get strength from what I was going through. And so she encouraged me, and I got up, and I felt so, I felt like I could climb a mountain, even though I had the neuropathy. I felt like I could climb a mountain. I spent, the other thing that I got out of Antigua was, Antigua is a very small country with water around it. It's an island. I remember going to the market, and I saw guinea. Guinea is a fruit that Jamaica has, and I was happy to see it in another country. So I bought the guinea. So when the gentleman that was selling the guinea looked and saw me, he said, "Isn't that the one-breast lady that was on the TV?" And when you look at him, he had one tooth. No.
She also has one tooth.
I was just laughing. But let me tell you, if that person had told me, described me as a one-breast woman weeks before, I don't think he would have gotten a laugh.
Okay.
But those are the signs that I knew that whatever I was going through, I can overcome it. And God was with me. Yeah. And so when I left Antigua, I left with a vengeance. Yeah. that I must help women. Any and every woman. I was not going to be bitter. I was going to be better. And I was going to change lives. I was going to help people to get out of depression.
Yes.
Because even if you put cancer aside, we all have our journey to go, and you have rocks and pebbles in there. When you reach them, lean on God. Lean on Him. Even if He's looking after my friend Abena over there, He will send the Holy Spirit. It's 3 of them. You won't get lost.
Yeah.
He's with you. I went into Antigua as a wounded soldier.
But you left Antigua.
And when I came out, I was a victor. And being a victor doesn't mean that I could walk. My breast still was gone. My head was bald. My fingers were still black. But I accepted who I was. And I am Yvonne Joyce Dunkley. Nothing was taken away from me.
Let me add the
I am. What's the word?
Ya Asantewaa.
Ya Asantewaa.
Exactly. All right.
That's the name that I got here. Ya Asantewaa.
Ya Asantewaa.
Ya Asantewaa.
Yeah.
That's who I am.
A brave woman, yeah.
Yes, a brave woman.
Yes, a brave woman. All right, so viewers, I think we've really enjoyed the story, though a bit emotional, but I know that you have learned something from it. Yvonne is now with an NGO. We have few minutes, about 3 minutes. She want to talk about the NGO and the reason why she came to Ghana. So please just stay focused and let's hear her out. Yeah, Yvonne, we have 3 minutes. Okay, so let's go.
Okay, so I went to Jamaica, and through going to Jamaica, I realized that they needed the awareness on breast cancer. Now, this is a learning process for me. And with everything, I started a charity, and I started to go to the school, the churches, the radio station, the newspaper, everywhere, anyone that could listen to the craft market, where you find the poorer people. And one of the things I noticed was that when you mention cancer, it's like nobody interested. That conversation is like, the first thing you do when you mention cancer to someone is that they touch the breast. And so it's like nobody wants to hear about it. But I started a charity, and I started to go throughout Jamaica. I found myself in London, and I went through from the conference, the union, the churches, from north to south to west, and I'm now in Ghana, Africa.
All right.
Okay, so why am I here? We are here to promote breast cancer awareness and to empower women to do their mammogram or ultrasound, breast ultrasound. On September 30, we will be having a outreach program at the Chocka community, the Fish Village, and we are going to be offering, and all that I am mentioning is free.
Okay.
So we'll be having breast ultrasound. We will be having prostate screening. And men, you need to come out. If you are 40 and over, you need to come and do your prostate screening. We're going to be offering high vision screening, dental. We're going to have a chiropractor there. We're going to looking about the children. And we just have a lot of freebies that we'll be giving out. And I just want to say that come out. The people in Chocka, please come out and get yourself tested, because when cancer comes upon you, I found out that at a stage the government doesn't really pay for it. So you do not want to have it. So do your screening early. And if you should find anything in your breast, don't hold it and keep it. It is only going to grow. So go and see the doctor. And I want to...
And from Chocka, where do you go again? From Accra?
From Chocka, we will be going to Kumasi. And so on the 7th of September, we are going to be at Amakong.
October, 7th October.
No, sorry, October 7. We are going to be at Amakong. I always messed up with the name. Just forgive me.
It's okay. Amakom. I've done it well. Amakom.
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 And I'll be doing a divine hour. It's a Sabbath. And then in the evening, we will be at Quadasa in the evening. So those who are in Kumasi, come out and we have a great day. The morning of which is the 8th, we're going to have a breast cancer walk. And we're going to be walking from Bantama to Quadasa. And when we reach Quadasa, that is when we're going to open up the outreach program. We're also going to be having a breast cancer walk at Chuka. We're going to start 8 a.m. They're going to leave from the post office. We're going to divide the group, one leaving from the post office, the other leaving from the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And then we're going to walk towards the Presbyterian Primary School. And that's where the outreach program will be open to everyone. God bless. I'm looking to see everyone.
So those you want to mention, you have the right to.
I want to acknowledge the people that really helped me and been my arm here. And that's in Accra is Pastor Sewer, the chaplain of Barway SDA Hospital and the health ministry director of the Accra City Conference. We have Pastor Jonathan. He is the executive secretary of the Ashanti Central Conference from Kumasi.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Pastor, I sure can't pronounce that name, but it is
Pastor Akufo Asante.
Akufo Asante.
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 Exactly.
Right. So it's Akufo Asante, and he's the youth director of the Central Ghana Conference from the South Ghana Union Conference. And the South and the North. I just want to thank you for coming on board so that we all could come together to serve our people. I have two young ladies that I really, really want to just acknowledge, and it's, what's her name? Where's the name? You put a name there?
Abena Boatima is here.
Boatima. I would like to acknowledge these two persons. One is Abena Boatima, and the other person is, Abena is the nurse manager for the Heart SDA Church in Kumasi. And Madam Sarah, she is the nurse manager at Quadasa SDA Hospital. And I think her name is pronounced Butawak. Butawak. Please forgive me.
All right, viewers. Thank you so much for your time. That was Sister Yvonne. You have heard her all from what she has told us. She's not a victim. She's a victor. We all have a story to share. That's her story. The fact that you have been diagnosed of breast cancer doesn't mean that is the end of you. She's still living with it, and she's still letting people know what can come out from that. Let me seize the opportunity to appreciate you, the viewer, for staying with me throughout this session, and God bless you for your time watching live on Facebook and on YouTube and on your TVs at home. We say thank you so much, and let me also thank Slick Afrik for fabrics that she always put on me, and Alpha Clothing for putting this casual on me. Alpha Clothing, I said on Facebook, Instagram, Alpha Clothing. And if you want to locate Alpha Clothing, he's in Musuku Police Station, Kwabinya. You can locate him on there too. But if you want to call him, it's 0246 900 994. 0246 900 994. I told you he deals with kaftan office wear for both male and female, so you can talk to him on that. And also Alpha Art for putting us on flyer. We say God bless you. And I've been so much appreciative for your time with me. And I have been your regular host. And the name is Pastor Daniel Bidiaba. I'm out.
Are you called to serve as a volunteer? You can be part of the 1,000 Adventist Young Missionary Volunteers. There are hundreds of missionaries opportunities for you to serve. You can serve in the communications, publishing ministries, health ministries, education, trust services,
chaplaincy or campus ministries, women and children's ministries, stewardship, youth ministries, and more. We're everywhere, all over the world, and especially in WAC, that's the West Central African Division territory. Where can I find application forms to apply? Just go to vividfaith.com. Yes, vividfaith.com. Register as a Vivid Friend Browse through the assignment. Choose an assignment of your choice, fill the application form, receive an invitation, just grab your bag. You are on your way to serve in the mission field. Be part of the 1,000 Adventist Young Missionary Volunteers. Serve and change lives for the kingdom.
You know what? We have a package for you. You go and you serve and you will receive an allowance. In addition, you are going to receive an insurance covering you for the period. And you'll be covered with this as you go working for the Lord.
Apply now.
Therefore, Major Sao Hoye and Wapomde Honsam so a koi, and Tissampa and that's what I say a ho. Upon ya de Safua, a bue a brabo, upon ya Safana, a bue a masompa, upon ya Safua, a bue a Nijapan. And this a 1 year Pomodia, the SSA, and 1 to me, and non tina 7-day Adventist Church, Techman North District. I want headquarters. A Etobodom, Wafa and the Fiamma, a 14 days. I yet did pay a Pomodin public health campaign. Our Wakoa was some for Prince Kosiam Wako and I'm a better Jumadia anymore. Yabekan Sembebre a Fenipa Apomode, a Didier and Anom, Yabetaka nutrition, Yataka epidemiology, near Marquedi, Yaria Kuroban, Quaya, Yabefaso, Yaria Ebai, the Yasaya Trebia for young Sunum, now Yachebi Afa, a stress, a stress, I can junior Pinisi, a Kuminipa, Yabesia Equadia.
This program is sponsored by Dr. Joseph Enyan. Opening pa order Prekese natural ginger drink on the CEO. Enya nonko ono anso na Eda Joan Enterprise and agro-food processing company ano ewo man Ghana mo Kumasi. Omo na omo de anomie papa ebre adasa. Omo si yamfa pomde honsam emerald.
22nd October to 4th November. Shia Prince Kwesi Amwakon, I will take my North District. I want headquarters. I would your bottom. The idea Pomde one Samson Ebro, Yatons are friend to Fakrobe. Tender voices are in your kinso and a dano. Panimpa, Jumadia, a sin and I assault. I also for Penny Gideon Boy. I had a Pomde one some Ebro Adasa, yet a breakable mine, a Pecoso, a war Methodist Park. Shia, I will 22nd October to 4th November. I want to show up on this year. Now, bet to me, engine archer. Stay blessed. Mune Radintina, Napomudenda.
Ezdia Safwa e working as a Enfield to Nunu 55 years.
Team, I will go proclaiming his advent.
Yebedi Juma de Bebre and some program Ankasa do
Ebite say root match,
clean up exercises over Koso,
musical concerts,
Bible quiz competition,
sports, and many more. On the 21st of October 2023 is the Grand Deba at Ahafo Kenya's number 2 DA Girls School.
Guest speaker Pastor Dr. Kwamiano Boahe,
Pastor Maswell Intimenchi,
Pastor Emmanuel Kusiapia.
Yanunti yaton safre achichini benche yafu nyina.
Yaton safre atitro bibra wonsu di wakotrepa.
Special guest of honor
Nana Kobra Isia Ababio.
Nana Osei Kofi Abri.
Guest of honor
Honorable George Yaobwache
and Honorable Patrick Bano. Honorable Anthony Mensah.
The new befenyu tukuno so ebewi enyom sadan.
Enunti yaton safre adofo a wafa Kenya asafo mu bibia wo bia for wa ho den any winning die. Ene osika fa bebo programming na yankopon Bishop Kayo Kai say asoro dan yenwie enunti yenyina ye de yesika eva bobomu na fe ye de aboa amajuma die no akos na eda no ampaya ebedwa.
Hello and welcome to Hope Channel, and of course to your favorite program Watch These Signs.
As long as you are not in that boundary, he will do all kinds of things to protect you so that you continue to move. There are times some things should have happened which should have crushed you to death, but because of the power of God, to give you extra more time so that you can consider the issues of eternity. From plug things
on the farm.
My birthday.
Yes, and that was when the Pharisees came, then he made this statement. And that is the same response people give today. That the Sabbath law says, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do this, don't touch this, don't go to market, don't. And so people use this text to tell you that even Jesus,